Hello guys, my name is Marco. So in this video, I want to talk about Avengers Endgame and briefly just mainly talk about some spoilers and everything like that. So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. Be warned, this will have a lot of spoilers in it. Because normally I don't do spoilers because I don't know, I just don't feel like it. But since I really did enjoy this movie and there were certain things that kind of catch my attention, that was like thinking about like, wait, what? Like, I don't know, it's just a conversation thing, you know, and that's why I wanted to make this video. Also, I am filming outside because I know it's interesting. Also, it is raining, and I am wearing glasses because I have like allergies and stuff like that. There's a good chance that you probably are not going to watch this video because everybody on YouTube right now is probably making reviews, spoiler talks about this film, analyzing it off to the brim, whatever. But I want to sort of talk about the things that I'm like kind of nitpicking a little bit, but overall this film, it's amazing. So I'm gonna briefly just scan over throughout the whole film, talk about key things. I might miss out a few things, but that's because I'm trying to, you know, the majority of things. So like I said, the film starts out pretty much, it starts out you know, slow. Then after that, it builds up to get good and to get really good, to get really amazing, to some epicness. That's how it is. See the film, you probably think that's generally how it is. Okay, how it starts out with. Now in the beginning, it's all about Hawkeye and his family, and then his family gets obliterated by the Thanos snap, you know, with the Infinity Gauntlet, you know. There's that. And then you see Tony Stark, and then you see Nebula, because those are the only two people that actually survived the snap. And so there's those, I mean, not really, because, well, not two people that were like in the other planet, you know, because they were on another planet trying to get Thanos' glove and stuff like that, remove it and all these things. So there's those things, and I believe they're on like a rocket's ship across the galaxy. They're right there, you know, playing a few games, trying to fix up. The oxygen's about to get, like, not be so great, and then Iron Man's just there, and he's getting really skinny, and all these things, right? Right, so there's that. And then, far along the distance, okay, you're gonna see Captain Marvel come in, which is great, whatever, right? Also, I am excited. I am pretty happy. Not excited, I mean happy that they didn't show Captain Marvel as much, just because in Captain Marvel, the film, the origin story, I did not like it. You know, it really got me mad because the film itself was kind of boring. You know, it wasn't bad, and also it wasn't good. You know, and I just hated what they did to it. And now that character, you know, on Brie Larson, it's like, when I look at her, like, I imagine the bad film. I mean, imagine that Captain Marvel film, which sucks. So there's that. I just wanted to say that. So there's those things that happen, and basically she's the one that brings Iron Man, you know, back to Earth, or Tony Stark. And Tony Stark is really skinny, stuff like that. Then they find out about Thanos and what Thanos did and stuff like that. And then after that, the whole Hulk thing happened where Hulk is like getting mad or pissed. No, it wasn't that. Yeah, it was. It was that. And then after that, they got into, they find Thanos, you know, in a planet. They kill him off, which was kind of violent. But I don't mind it. That was great. So there's that. You know? There's that part. And then after that, I think Thorne was mad. I don't know. Thorne is like the one that said Captain Marvel's like, I like this one, or something like that. I'm not sure if that was before or after. I'm not really sure. Okay. Then once they do that, you know, they find out that the stones are broken, stuff like that. Then, like, what's it called, 5 years have passed. In all those 5 years, people were able to forget what happened, and Tony Stark ended up getting a daughter, and these things happened, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. And then after that, what ended up happening after 5 years, there's a rat, in this sort of like a storage place where there's like the van and stuff like that they find and everything like that. And the rat ended up like basically pressing the start button to activate the time, the time thing. I forgot what's it called. Time thing. And then basically Tom Lag or Scott Lag, I think that's his name, came out, and that's where he went to the Avengers and talk about time traveling. And then they met with Tony Stark. Tony Stark didn't care about it, and then they went with the Hulk, which the Hulk, that's how the Hulk is and stuff like that. And then Iron Man liked that part. I mean, Iron Man started thinking about it because of like Peter Parker, and stuff like that. And then he was into time traveling, and this is where they figured it out, and this is where they decided to go back in time. They got back in time to get all the stones. Some of those ones were where they were kind of able to get them, some of them it's not. And then when they went back, what's it called, Nebula, there were two nebulas, but for some reason it got glitched or something, and the real Nebula stayed or something like that, wasn't able to stay, wasn't able to go back. And so there's a lot of those things. And then there's where Thanos ended up finding out information about about this and that. The past Thanos, not the one that's gonna happen, because the present, they killed him off. So this one was there. And then after that, yeah. So those things happened. Okay, they were able to come back. They got all the stones, and then Iron Man, or something, they made like an Iron Man, glove. And this is where they put the Infinity Stones. They did it. They did the snap. Everything is great. And whatever. Right? Everything is great. Everything came back. But then what happened is that Nebula, which is the Nebula that was in the past, she activated something, and that's where the ship came by, and that's where Thanos and the old Nebula that couldn't come back in time, that's where he was there. And that's where Thanos comes along, and then destruction, and just a whole bunch of these things just basically happened because of her, because she was kind of smart what she was doing. The not the nice Nebula, but like the more like mean and badass, I guess, Nebula. I don't know. So there's that. And that's how we got introduced to the fight with with Thanos. I know this sounds kind of short and stuff like, but I'm just going briefly around this, just to kind of get up all these things, all these thoughts and stuff like that. And that's basically the whole fight. An epic fight happened, which was great, and everything's really great and amazing, And so there's basically that's all these things that happen. Now, I want to talk about the ending. The ending, when Tony Stark, got the Infinity Stones. Basically, what happened is that Thor was trying to get, Thor. Thanos. Yeah, Thanos was trying to get the stones. He almost got it, and Captain Marvel was trying to defeat her, and he couldn't do it, so he got one of the stones, and he ended up punching with her to get the effect, which was badass. And then later down the line, like I think it was Tony Stark, Iron Man, ended up getting a whole bunch of stones. He ended up trying to do it, couldn't do it because he didn't have the stones. He removed the stones from that, and Iron Man had it. Which, that's one thing that I'm thinking in my head, like how come when they were trying to get, in Infinity War, when they were trying to get the glove off from Thanos, how come they just took off the stones? That's what I was thinking. Like, if Iron Man was able to take off the stones from the glove, the Infinity glove that they had, how come he couldn't do it in Infinity War? You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe he didn't thought about it, stuff like that. But yeah, he had all of that, and then Iron Man just became Iron Man. It's like, I am Iron Man, snapped his fingers, and boom. Which, of course, when you do that, it leaves something, it becomes powerful. But one of the things that I've noticed is that when Thanos used it, Thanos that wiped up everything. His arm was all destroyed. The Hulk arm was also destroyed. Now Iron Man basically lost it. Tony Stark lost. I don't know if it's because Tony Stark is human. I don't know if that's the case. I really don't know, and that basically the affected that. But then also he did have the iron arm. So there's that, and so there's that. Now the other thing is that where was the Hulk on this entire situation? Like they were trying to beat Thanos. What about the other characters? Why didn't I know Doctor Strange was there trying to get like the water and stuff like I get that, but where were like Black Panther? Where were the other in that moment? You know what I mean? And then at the end he got the Infinity Stone. He could have just waited. Could have waited to get it and get somebody else. He could have grabbed it and he could have, like, I don't know, instead of snapping his fingers, he could have done something else. Could have, like, okay. But I guess that's supposed to be an epic shot. So there's those things. Okay, that's just thoughts that I thought. So there's that. The other thing is that when I saw the characters that they were coming out, I saw them that they had like the ring from Doctor Strange. And one of the things that I thought about that part was like how they were able to do that. Like, did Doctor Strange just like no? Because I know Doctor Strange he was scanning to the future with different universes, timelines, parallel universes and stuff like that. And then he noticed that this one, that was gonna happen. So when that thing happened, did he like knew and he just created a whole bunch of portals so all of these characters could come in? Or I don't know. It just, that part was like, okay, but wait a minute, how were they able to come in? Like, how did Spider-Man and then Guardians of the Galaxy were able to travel into like Earth? I know Doctor Strange, I know that part Doctor Strange was there, so he was able to do it because of that. But what about Black Panther? What about the other characters? Like for instance, Scarlet Witch. How did she was able to get a portal? I don't know. Black Panther, I would get Black Panther because Black Panther, their society that are extremely smart, so I get that part. But that, I don't know, just I can only see Doctor Strange doing it. So there's that. I don't know, that's one thing that I just thought about it. So there's that. And here's the thing about Tony Stark's death. It did hurt me and it made me feel like crap. It was really sad and depressing to me because he's the only character that I really do like. But I heard this rumor that he was gonna come back. He was gonna come back or something like that. Maybe they're gonna get his subconscious mind and they're gonna put it to like an Iron Man suit, because they have done that in the past on the comic books, by the way. There's that. Because Iron Man said that he put his brain subconsciously, put it like he saved it or something like that, just in case if something went wrong, if it becomes crazy, something like that he has something else to go back on. So there's that. But for instance, Captain America, the actor Chris Evans, he says that he wants to get out of this and stuff like that because he wants to direct and all these things. So I kind of would get him. I understand that, but the way they did it was great because we all knew that he could not fit into this world because there's this female that he really did love. Now, one thing I did notice is that when he went back in time, before he became like really strong, instead of being really skinny, or that was like after? Because I don't know, it's just that part, because he was trapped in ice, he stuck there, and when he got freed, he looked like the same age as he was. So there's that. But when he went back in time to live with her, he became old, and that's when he became old, and that's what the end credit, the end part of it is. Not the end credit scene, but that part when he was old. So that's something that I don't really understand that part. So I don't know, maybe because he was trapped in ice and that's why he was able to live that long, because ice, I guess. I don't know. You know, I really don't know. I'm just stating ice. So there's that part. You know, and I feel like that's about it. You know, other than that, the whole entire film is great. It's 3 hours long, by the way. 3 hours and I believe 2 minutes. I don't know. Look, here's the thing, man. This film, I loved it. I loved it a lot. Like, to me, superhero films are one of those films that I would categorize as its own thing. Just because I feel like, to me, they don't fit in with any, like, it's its own type of genre. You know? Because it's not like, well, it's kind of sci-fi, kind of fantasy, maybe horror, but I don't know. It's kind of like an odd position. So, that's the way I don't know. But to be honest, dude, this film was amazing. I just had those small little pics and stuff like that. But I do believe that I feel, you know, hoping that Iron Man will come back. Just because, to be honest, dude, yeah, it's like he made a lot of money being Tony Stark, being Iron Man, and create this big fan base. Now that in the comics, he passes away and stuff like that. I mean, not in the comic, in the film. What else is he gonna do? I know he's doing Sherlock Holmes 3. But other than that, what else what other films he wants to do? I don't know, that's all I know. You know, Tony Stark is a big role, and I feel like that's it. If he likes doing it, he wants to continue doing it, then there's that. But I do like the idea of putting his mind to a self-conscious state, and him being Iron Man, maybe being like the voice, you know, of an Iron Man suit. There's that. I saw that because we didn't get to see like a funeral. You know, there was a funeral there, but it wasn't like only Stark's arc reactor. But that's about it. Yeah. There's that. So that's about it. These are all my thoughts, by the way, and some theories that I feel like I have. I guess, I don't know. There's a good chance you're probably not going to see this video, but it's whatever, man. I wanted to make it because I have thoughts and I want to get it out there, I guess. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys later, and, you know, bye.